Joined by a very familiar face to all of you, the world champion Magnus Carlsen, who might need to play the playoffs here at the Altibox Norway Chess Super Tournament. Magnus, tell us about your strategy for today's game and how likely do you think that there will be playoffs?
I was very unsure of what to do, so I basically just decided on the car on the way here to play my normal stuff and see what happens.
You decided it in the car?
Yeah, no, I mean there were some other options, but I decided not to rock the boat finally and just play solidly and see what happens. So and as you could see, nothing happened. So.
How do you see the other games and how likely do you think it is that you will be sharing first place?
No, I think it's above 50%, but maybe Fabi will gain a slight advantage and put some pressure on, but it's not easy to beat Wesley. So I hope that will be a draw, and I feel it's pretty unlikely that Hikaru is going to win. So I think my chances are okay.
If there will be a three-player tie with you, Wesley, and Fabiano, how do you see your chances with the 3+2 time control?
Well, there's no chance of that because either Hikaru or Levant will be at +1.
I forgot about their game.
Yeah,
you're
so,
right. So it's a 4-player tie.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of who I'm playing, I'm feeling pretty good about it because that's my best hope at the moment. So I just hope I'll get there and then see what happens.
All right. How do you see the positions so far? And if you could, both of you, have a look at the remaining games and tell us your views about them.
Well, I guess Levant was slightly pressing, but shouldn't amount too much, yeah?
No, it should be.
And like here you would
take
and
rook
rook 7, yeah?
Yeah, it's just a draw.
So it is going to be a draw, and that means that Hikaru is in the playoffs, if there will be playoffs.
Well, I mean, we cannot say with 100% certainty that it will be a draw, but yeah, around 80% I would say.
Yeah.
And in the other crucial game?
Yeah, here,
well, this
of course Fabiano aims for f4, if he can. Yeah, you can, yeah. f4, knight g4, h3 is good. But now the question is, probably g5 is too much at the moment. Also f4 is not the end of the world for black, but...
Yeah, it might be a bit more comfortable for white.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's hard to...
If you want to make any moves, or I don't know if you want to
no,
continue with this game.
Knight g4 actually. This could be...
So h3, queen h4,
yeah.
king g1 or what?
Yeah, and maybe now h5.
Maybe now h5.
It's much easier to sacrifice pieces of...
Which is not yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, queen f3 looks forced. Oh!
Yeah, but queen f3 then f5, yeah?
Yeah.
Not gonna enjoy
Doesn't
the
look so very good.
Yes.
So what's he supposed to do after knight g4?
Maybe h3, queen h4, d4, but that doesn't sound so promising.
No. I mean, yeah, takes.
Yeah, take and bishop f4, knight e5 even.
So maybe he needs to... g3 looks very dubious. Huh?
Well, at least you get f3 next move, yeah? Although...
f3, h4?
Yeah. Okay, then I guess h4, but that doesn't sound promising at all, yeah? Yeah.
So, yeah, knight g4 actually looks really annoying.
Do you think this could still be Fabiano's preparation for today?
Well,
Or they are already
he spent
out
a lot
the
of time on king h1, right? Or some time at least.
Sometime. He has spent 13 minutes so far in the entire game.
13 minutes, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, no, but I'm just confused as to what to answer to knight g4 because g3 seems forced, but it doesn't look like a try for an advantage.
It's very odd.
Yeah, I mean after knight g4, if anything, I would take black. Yeah, unless I'm missing something very concrete.
Do you think this is the move that Vasily will play? Knight to g4. That should be the critical move.
Well, it's very natural at least, so I'm not sure whether he will play it, but
Are you any good at reading body language?
no, I mean, what I'm sure of is that he will consider this move, yeah.
No, I mean, if he castles, it's just a bit worse. So
Yeah.
doesn't make any sense.
What about the last game of Sergei against Vichy, and how likely it is that Vichy could also win and join the leaders?
Well, to win is sort of unlikely. I mean, like white, if he wants, can play. Maybe after knight g5 you want f5, but
Okay, f6 is more logical, right?
Knight g5, f6.
Takes.
yeah, of course you can play f6. Yeah, but I thought bishop
yeah,
e4, yeah.
Yeah, bishop e4, queen e7.
Bishop d5.
Takes, king g7.
Yeah, shouldn't be much.
Yeah, it
worse,
should be a draw. Huh.
Could this still be preparation for one of the players at least? Or you think
Well,
they
I think
are already
most likely for Sergei then. I mean, I'm sure they both had the position.
Yeah.
And they both know something, but the question is how much.
Yeah, the only thing we might mention is also that rook h5 is answered by f5, which is the only move but good enough.
Yeah.
So what Maxim is saying that this rook cannot be captured on h5.
Yeah, and you can, I mean, okay, let's show. I guess the easiest way to mate is simply be knight g5 here. And if you play f6, then bishop g6 and rook h8. But after f5, suddenly the rook is just useless.
Yeah, rook h6, knight g5.
Yeah. But yeah, just rook e7, yeah.
Rook e7. Yeah, okay, this is complete rubbish, obviously.
Yeah, Sergei is still thinking, so I'm wondering whether rook e8 was something that he
Wow.
looked at, or
Wesley went
if something
g5.
happened.
No, I was considering this move, but
Oh,
But usually this bishop is over here. Huh?
yeah.
then it makes sense to have the pawn on g5, right? So
No, it's
you push
still
g5
makes
to
some sense. I mean, like, if you want to go for a direct attack, like, even, but okay, g4, h5, problem is after g4, white always have f4. But, or rook g8, h5, h4, something like this, but it seems a bit slow to me. And
But yeah,
again,
it's
I
a
don't know what's going on after knight g4. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is actually.
You thought that knight g4 was more critical than g5, or you would have played knight g4 yourself.
Well, at least if knight g4, g3, h5, h4 is forced, then I wouldn't see any reason to back off from it.
I mean, even like knight g4, g3, just go back. Knight f6 and f4
You
always
provoke
have
the weakness at
yeah.
least.
always have bishop h3.
or even f5 maybe after knight g4, g3.
I mean, if knight g4 doesn't just, I don't know, somehow lose,
Yeah.
then you go for it. I mean, unless there's a simple refutation, then you go for it. So it's
yeah. I
We
sort
will
of
need to
agree on
ask
this.
Wesley what he thought about knight g4, why he did not play knight g4. Now, looking at the position after g5, what do you think their approach is to the game? Is it that both players are trying to win so that they don't end up playing against you, Magnus, in the playoffs? Are they scared of the
No,
playoff
no.
monster?
I mean, Fabiano must be trying to to pull something off, but I think Wesley in general would be very satisfied with the draw. I mean, he's black and has no reason to go crazy. But of course, if the position suddenly turns in his favor, I also expect him to rise up to the challenge.
Well, it has to be said with this G5 move that
It's a pretty reasonable move.
Yeah, I mean, and at the moment, castling queenside doesn't look too terrifying, because you can get some play in the center with D5.
Yeah, with D5, yeah. I would probably go for bishop B3, but it's a bit strange, yeah.
Bishop B3 right now.
Yeah, or knight C4, of course. Knight
knight C4, but I mean bishop C7 and D4 you can just take D5, huh?
Yeah, and if knight E3, I just go queen D7, castle and D5.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to be an interesting game at least, some excitement for the last round. I think we will need to let you go so that you can have a rest, unless you want to stay, Magnus.
No,
do you want to have a rest before the playoffs? I believe before.
Well, in any case,
tomorrow,
if there's playoffs,
oh, it's going to be tomorrow anyway.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually, then I will let you guys stay. Tell us more about those training camps, because we were talking about the hiking with Maxime, and we want to know a little bit of the behind the scenes. If you can let us know about some insight into your training sessions, anything that you would like to share with us.
Oh, you would have to ask PH. He's the boss.
He's the one who records everything.
Yeah.
I mean, outside chess, when you guys don't analyze and when you don't prepare for the World Championship match, which you will do this year as well, how do you spend your time together?
We only prepare. That's the only thing we do.
All right, no more
all work
information.
all work and no play.
So we haven't seen any of your pictures on Instagram. That means in the pool, hiking, spending some time on the beach, playing Avalon. Is that something that's part of the training sessions, or that's more for Norway Chess?
People.
Yeah, we're not.
Not enough people. You need to really recruit more people as seconds.
Yeah, we were watching Champions League, but that's what we always do anyway. So.
Yeah.
Well, that is something. Magnus, how do you evaluate the tournament so far in terms of your classical games, whether there's playoff or not?
I mean, mediocre, I would say. Great start, and then my tournament kind of died. But I guess it all boils down to the game with Wesley. So if I don't lose that, then I'm cruising. But with that loss, I couldn't really recover. Felt that yesterday I had a decent chance, but couldn't make anything of it, and then that was it.
What was going on that day against Wesley? How do you see now in hindsight that game and what went wrong?
Well, I think actually went wrong pretty early in the opening. So the position after knight a4 and a3 was much more dangerous than I thought. And it's fascinating and a bit surprising that with just this one tempo it could make such a huge difference. And after that I still had some chances to stay in the game, but it was difficult, and he played very well. While I didn't find the best defense. So it was deserved loss for sure, but very unfortunate in terms of tournament standings.
When you played bishop d8, did you just consider that move and giving up the pawn, or did you?
No, I just blundered. So the thing is,
you blundered that you can't take on b4.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I was considering bishop f5. I basically wanted to force the game because I was getting into some light time trouble, and my position was uncomfortable. So I wanted to force him to, for instance, like win a pawn, but allow me to exchange some pieces and maybe get good drawing chances. I was trying to find the most precise way, and then I couldn't really figure everything out, and I just decided to go bishop d8, and somehow always in my mind I was making this move knight d4 for him after let's say queen d5, bishop b5, queen b5, bishop b5, because it feels like the knight should go there. And then I realized, no, he doesn't have to spend time on that. He can just go bishop d6, c6, and that was just a very, very poor calculation mistake. And after that, I feel like there wasn't much I could do. Not only am I pawn down, but my position is passive as well.
Speaking of Wesley, you had another experience with him at this tournament. Can you tell us more about cooking together with the American Grandmaster?
Yeah, he did very well, I thought.
The other day you
no,
told me that he did most of the things, and Wesley said that no, it was Magnus who did most of the things, so who is telling the truth?
Probably nobody.
effort.
We did. No, it was fun. Like at the start, I didn't think we were gonna manage, but then we got into it, and our food turned out kind of decent. So I was very happy about that, and it's also fun being part of the team with Wesley. He's a very nice guy. So.
In terms of the tournament, this has been the 6th edition here in Stavanger, the Altibox Norway Chess Tournament. How did you like it this year? What did you like? What is it that you think was nice about this year's edition? And if you will have great memories about it. Maxime, I know that the results also influence your impression, so if you answer my question first and try not to be too pessimistic.
Well, I mean, I have no reason to be pessimistic. I mean, my play here has nothing to do with the atmosphere here, so, you know...
Did you still have a good time?
Yeah, I mean, it was also a bit like last year. I mean, same places, not all the same people, but in general, yeah, same atmosphere, same games every night, so... I mean, in a way I liked it. Of course, you know, playing badly obviously reflects on my mood, but in general I had a very nice time.
Are you looking forward to coming back next year?
If I have the opportunity, sure.
I believe that they might want to invite you, especially if you're a top 10 player next year as well. Magnus, how about you and this year's edition?
No, it was wonderful. I mean, the weather was great, and the atmosphere was very nice and relaxing. So I had a great time. And towards the end, I had a bunch of free days as well, which was nice. So I'm pretty happy, and maybe next time I'll play a little better. But there's still the opportunity for this tournament to be a huge success if I get into the playoff and win tomorrow. So we'll see.
We wish you good luck for the playoffs. If there will be playoffs, we shall see it. It's going to depend on the 3 American Grandmasters, Fabiano Caruana Vestizo and Hikaru Nakamura, whether we will see Magnus playing for the first place at the 6th edition of Altibox Norway Chess. Thanks to both of you, and now we really let you go.
Yeah, I guess we can update those drawing chances of Hikaru.
Really? Is it already?
Well, it's not 100%, but...
So we are not going anywhere because something is happening?
No, I mean, they just exchange a couple of pawns, yeah?
All right.
Now it looks like 90%.
Less pawns,
Yeah.
more chances of a draw.
Yeah, I mean, nominally just very slightly better for white. But, yeah.
And in Wesley's game, there's nothing happening. Still g5. All right. And still rook a e8.
Yeah.
We will be back with those 2 games. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Go-To Life is instant health in a bottle. Enjoy the experience of life, vitality, energy, recovery, and water in one water bottle, without the downsides of all those added calories or sugar. Go-To Life is a lifestyle product for wellness, recovery, and energy. It's water charged with high level of oxygen. Using our unique technology, we make it possible to dissolve oxygen in water up to 10 times more than you normally find in your tap or bottled water. That could provide boost to your health. This makes oxygen water one of the most sought-after well-being and lifestyle products in the world. Find out more at www.gotolife.no.